Shalom, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Wisdom. Shalom also to the one-third Israelites, which include Yeshuda's children, the so-called Negros, Latinos, and Indians, who are oppressed together according to the book of Jeremiah 50 and 33, but to whom Soleil pretended the adoption, the giving of the law, the promises, the glory, and the covenants, according to the book of Romans chapter 9, if you don't know. Okay. And today we will talk about basically the Ukraine-Russia war. Okay, video shows what looks to be banned cluster munitions used in Ukraine. Okay, because there are basically weapons that are not not legit, so to speak. No weapon is legit for what they call it as a war against normal people, basically. Okay, not soldiers, or basically current soldiers. Okay, but basically the Ukraine soldiers hide behind these normal people, okay, or things that belong to these normal people. So guess what happens, man? Of course, if you try to shoot at a soldier, it will first land on this normal person there, right? So to speak. They're all not normal, right? Because if you want to belong to a system that the NATO is pushing, okay, or if you want to belong to a system which is coming from America, okay, called Edom, then you are not normal, man. Okay, so of course, this is all prophecy, and we don't care, how many people die there and whatever, That's not our problem, man. Okay, our problem is that, our problem. Really, we have no problem. Okay, but we want prophecies to happen, right? So we definitely don't say, oh, Gog and Magog, which is Russia in the Bible, they do more wicked than any other nation. No, of course not, right? That would be a safe lie, man. Okay. Russia uses mass destruction weapons in Mariupol. Okay, this is a German article, so I translate it a little bit. The worst fears basically went to be true. Okay, on Monday evening, a paramilitary force from the Ukraine, okay, was reporting over chemical weapons, man, in Mariupol, man. Okay, chemical weapons. Okay, if you think about it, chemical weapons can be the worst weapons right after atomic, atom weapons, atom bomb weapons, atom weapons, basically. So basically they say, like, they basically do what is not allowed, which is basically using chemical weapons, okay? So bioweapons, atom weapons, okay, and chemical weapons are not allowed according to international, international, if you will, not law, but saying, so to speak, And you know, they basically, let me translate it. Okay. You know, nach by agreement, basically. By agreement, right? Illegal. So it's not basically illegal, but by agreement, you know, it's basically, if you still use it, it's basically prescribed, right? That's what I'm looking for, prescribed. Okay, prescribed. Okay, Ukraine claims it hit a Russian warship with a missile strike. Russia says otherwise. What images of Russian drug says about its military struggles in Ukraine? Okay, so ESO trying to play that they have a hard time, okay, basically.
Next
So let's
stop,
watch this.
Buchheim.
There were those who said it was a dream. And yet independence made the dream come true. Today in the biggest delta on Earth, one of the fastest growing GDPs is a reality. Because dreams are made in Bangladesh.
Just into CNN, apparent evidence Russia is using banned cluster bombs in Ukraine. This video shared to social media shows what appear to be explosions from cluster munitions in a civilian part of the Kharkiv region. We'll play that video for you. You can see 4 blasts seconds apart, spanning an area of about 90 yards. Do we have the video, folks? Here it comes. Another explosive falls onto the street moments later and then explodes. A UN human rights official says use of cluster munitions in populated areas may amount to war crimes. Let's bring in Lieutenant General Ben Hodges, former commander of the U.S. Armed Forces in Europe. The way Vladimir Putin is executing this war, you call it barbaric, medieval. Now we're looking at new images as well, showing the Russians continuing to move east in Ukraine. What do you think the next move is, and what do you make of the kinds of munitions the Russians are using?
Well, you know, this following on the heels of the report that you just completed, where the law enforcement professionals said you run, you hide, or you fight. Clearly, the Kremlin has zero interest in any sort of negotiated outcome unless it's totally in their favor. And so that's why Ukraine is having to fight. And I think this is why it's so important that we in the West, led by the United States and other allies, do everything that we can to make sure that Ukraine wins, not just get to a settlement. Otherwise, they're going to be dealing with this for years. And you and I will be having the same conversation a year from now. Russia this is the way they fight. And the smashing cities, putting millions of refugees on the road, they are completely unencumbered by any concerns about international law, which is why they use cluster munitions and other weapons.
There you go.